in this house. And then in the basement, we got an EVP of a man talking. So it's definitely haunted. So we're going to find out tonight. We're doing 45-minute intervals. We're doing the backyard and the basement. And that is Team, believe it or not, Rainbow Dash. Team Rainbow Dash is Christina Bonasek. And the team inside here is called Team My Little Pony. And the team leader for Team My Little Pony is Abigail Williams. Some of the apparitions that are in here, what have you or your roommates experienced?
Oh, well, I don't know. Weird stuff, like a candle that was supposed to go out, it suddenly started burning brighter and brighter and brighter, and enveloped the whole, it was on video, we were all sleeping, and it enveloped the whole cage that it was in, and then went out before we woke up. That was a really weird, like, physical manifestation.
Over here, she picked up on a entity that was a woman, and one of your roommates validated that there was a woman that I think interrupted his sleep.
Done a lot of goddess work. There's probably maybe past 10 spiritual energy. A lot of people talk about seeing a woman. Yeah, I think that's probably one of the more hanger-on ones, but we always are trying to manifest and bring the positive female energy too, and I think that's
We've got a male voice EVP in the basement. So who do you think that might be?
No. Merlin? do a lot of Merlin path working. I don't know. I'd have to hear. I don't know of any real just kind of like dead people that are hanging around. People that are hanging around here that much. A lot of fairies still. Energy, angelic. Kind of on a part of a spiritual journey of my own. I was living in an apartment and I was learning to practice various types of Celtic pagan magic. So when we found this place with the yard, one of the first things we started doing, built a fence, and we started mapping the ley lines and tapping some of the stone areas and doing a very Celtic pagan tending and curating of the yard. And one of the things that we do is we smudge and do various pagan rituals to drive away negative spiritual entities and to preserve, welcome, and cherish positive spiritual entities. But we generally try to keep a positive, and we call it New Avalon. And the idea was that we try to pull this physical space from the front door. If you look over the door, you'll see a staff over the door. That's to the cardinal direction of the south, placed there in a pagan ritual. When you go down the stairs and you go over to the brick wall outside, you'll see a cup embedded in the wall. That's to the west. On the back fence, we have a goddess disc, and then we have the sword over here. Those sentinels create this area that we feel separates it from the real world. I also kind of believe the house itself is almost sentient in the way like the island in Lost. It draws people here for purposes. I've seen roommates come here to resolve issues. A lot of work on spiritual growth, learn things, change things. Maybe you guys are part of that.
You may have opened a portal, allowing elementals to come through that portal, into this home. Correct?
We intentionally opened a portal in the back in the Ring of Stones, and it's where it's almost. I kind of liken it to. I mean, they don't necessarily come out of there unless we want them to, but yeah, definitely. But I think that the portal energy was here. We just kind of reinforced it, made it more intentional. So when you step through the threshold of the house, like you know the story of Avalon, it lives in both the real world and the fairy world. That's what New Avalon is. You're partially in the fairy world or the other world. The two worlds combining, you're right in the middle. That was the reason we named it that. The priestesses that worked with me, that built the Ring of Stones, that was our purpose. Now you're going to find it's kind of waned from that because there's not a lot of practitioners been through here. We haven't had rituals heavily a lot, but I still think this protection spell's holding, and I do feel a new wave of ritual energy that's probably going to be coming through here. But we've never had any validation or quantification from any kind of scientific measuring of all this stuff I just told you. This is all our own religious practice. But yeah, that's just the essential background. I wanted you to know we believe this is a place. And people say, they come through and they feel, oh, I feel different, I feel lighter, I feel like, you know, especially when we're doing intent and we set the spell. And then if you go out into the Ring of Stones and you follow the ritual, the medicine wheel ritual, and you walk sunwise in the Ring of Stones, you'll feel that is like the apex of the portal, and the apex of the energy is drawn at that center stone. Right?
Well, thank you, Ron. I think we covered everything. Anybody want to ask anything? Or?
No,
Yeah?
I pretty much covered everything.
Okay. All right.
But definitely show them all the sentinels.
Okay, cool.
Show them how to go in the Ring of Stones.